We're about to record. Yeah, the recording has begun. What's up? What's up, good people? This is Crevonte Hurde, the voice of reason for the Flex Zone. And if you let Byron and Dre and all them tell it, I'm the Commandalorian. I think they say, and they do something
Man,
Commandalorian.
the
And
Mandalorian.
they do they at this time they would do stuff like give me a salute and all this other stuff. And I'm gonna need more than a salute this time, good people. Um, you guys know every time I come up on here, it's something serious. About this very goofy team, the Washington Commanders.
Super
Um,
goofy.
and I have a very good friend, good brother, family of the show, and he carved out a little time because he at work. He carved out a little time for me, my fellow Commander fan, my and also fellow alumni of the Morgan State University,
National
um,
treasure, baby.
that national treasure, absolutely. Um, Tristan, what's up, baby?
What's going on, big dog?
Hey man, try and make it, man. They don't make it easy, yo. Listen, you so you know a little bit of what I go through
Yeah,
being the lone commander fan on a all Ravens pretty much panel.
yeah.
They give me a segment every I didn't ask for it. They gave me a segment every week to talk about this mess.
Hey,
Talk,
man.
talk, talk about some drive down 95. Don't nobody want to drive down 95 right now. Like, why would you, Byron, the
Hey, man.
the host with the moist, whatever you want to call it? He always set me up. He always sets me up, and I'm like, one of these days I ain't gonna show up. One of these days I ain't gonna show up.
Hey, man.
But man, Tristan, what's going on? What's good with you, man?
Hey, man. Listen. As you said, like I'm currently here at work. I'm over here. I'm a guy with a million jobs, man. I'm over here at NBC, actually doing sound for the local stations here in the DMV area for this game. So some people are listening to it from what I'm doing here in the control room. Uh, hey, man. we all been sitting in here screaming at the screen since the game started, man. I mean, it ages you, man. It ages you. You see, I got my Mamba hat on. Shout out to the late great Kobe. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out,
Because
rest in power,
I
baby.
needed to have some kind of greatness on me while watching this filth of
Because
a
that's what it
game.
is. And
Uh,
you got multiple angles, brother, of the
I
film.
do,
You got
I do. Listen. I'm allowed to. I can show. I can show. I can give perspective. This is what I'm looking at here. This is what I'm looking at. All in the
multiple.
control room. This is what I see. And we got our post game and pre-game show over here. Like that's that's where I'm at. So I'm surrounded. I'm surrounded by
My
surrounded.
I'm sorry, good brother. I am sorry, but at least you get paid for it, brother.
That's true. That's
at
true. The check going
the
clear.
very least, at the very least, you can pay my guy to
The
look at
check
this
going
film.
clear. Yeah, me. The check going clear.
If the check clears, we good. If the check clears, we good, brother.
That's right. That's right.
Like I was saying, Tristan was so gracious enough to carve out some time for me. So I ain't gonna hold you too long. I'm gonna get your thoughts on a couple things. I need a therapy session myself, so maybe we can help each other out with this. Um, so I'm gonna jump out there and I'm gonna put this first banner up because your boy Daniel Snyder said he got dirt on owners and Roger Goodell.
Oh, Danny boy.
Oh, Danny boy. He said he got dirt.
He said the
He got
pipes are calling.
tea. He got tea. Like, okay, so real quick. So and he threw in Roger Goodell too. So I was like, shit, I kind of want to hear it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, I
But
know.
but isn't it just like a kid to, when you're messing up and let's say your parents or whatever try to take something from you.
Everybody got to go down with me.
Everybody got to go down with me. Something broke in the house and you and your siblings were around. You might have did it, but you gonna snitch on somebody else that did something else on the way down.
For sure.
He's been like this since 99. Been like this since 99. He is a wealthy, spoiled brat. Please, Tristan, give it. I'm gonna need you this time, baby. I need some help. I need some assistance.
Hey, listen. When the news came out this morning about it, man, all I could do was laugh because I was just like, I think that today was the first day that I was rooting for Dan Snyder. I was like, if we ever needed an anti-hero, this would be it. Drop the nukes, Dan. Drop the nukes.
Hey. I'm with all of it. He said dirt. He got dirt on other percenters.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Drop the nukes, Dan. Drop them. Drop them. I want to know. I want to know what you know. I want to know what your investigators saw. I want to know it all. Drop the nukes, Dan. Drop it.
Man, I tell you, brother, I agree. I said, ooh. Because we ain't doing nothing on the field, but off the field.
Give me some juice. Give me something.
Give me some. Hey, listen, brother. You turn the cameras on. We on there. We live, baby. I want a press conference. I want you to,
I need the whole.
It makes it, but it's interesting that this came out like this because it was months ago where we were talking about possibly the owners getting together, getting their votes together, and possibly forcing him to sell the team. But then all of a sudden it died. Now, I don't know if they forgot that Daniel Snyder knew or if they was like, man, he making us all look bad. He got to go. But he talking about dirt. I'm trying to figure out how many owners. You got someone on everybody. You got someone on half. Like, what's up? Because on the billionaire side of the game, dead dirt. It's like a.
It ain't our dirt.
It's a landfill. It could be a landfill.
Yeah, it ain't our dirt. When you got that kind of money, oh no, it could get real bad.
That dirt long too. the dirt is long with the money.
Yeah.
So and he just said dirt, like, and we can speculate all we want, but we don't have much to speculate about. It's just that we only know that one billionaire is dealing with other billionaires. So we probably couldn't fathom the dirt, which is why we probably want it so bad. Because
you can really see where you're at the point. Okay, it's like, okay, his back is really against the wall. If he has to go to this point, he knows that there's a chance and there's a possibility that this is going on. Also, it's very strategic. He lets it out today, knowing that the league meeting is next week. So they're not going to rule on him next week, which they might have prior to this dropping.
Maybe
now they got to go through an investigation. You got to go. There's a lot of litigation that has to take place before you make a decision on whether or not y'all going to vote him out of ownership and force him to sell the team. So now he's just bought himself some more time to try to figure out how to finagle his way out of the situation. So, I mean, it was very strategic. I mean, I give him credit for that. If nothing else, he operates like a mobster. I mean, he's brilliant in that capacity. But I mean, to have something is one thing to have something on owners, but you also have something on the commissioner. So you're saying if it's that bad, that means you can blow up this entire thing and literally threaten a season from happening. Because if you got ownerships, if you got owners if you have the type of news that will force owners to have to sell the team, and the type of news where the league would have to get a new commissioner, you can threaten an entire season of football in general. That is an Armageddon type of trump card. So unless he's calling a bluff, we're gonna have to deal with old Danny Boy being the owner for Washington
for the very near future. For at the very least, the near future.
Sure.
But yeah, like you said, the nukes. If it's a bluff, this is a hell of a poker face he's putting on.
Hell of a poker.
And you got folks that's not willing to cross him.
Yeah.
Like He has enough of a poker face where it's like, nah, he knows he probably we can't afford to lose. We can't afford to lose these chips right here. See, his back is against the wall. He's just saying all in. Then he's like, yo, if this is gonna be my last hand, this is what it's gonna be. But y'all gotta call my bluff, and I'm all in. So whatever it is, whatever it's gonna be.
Yep.
So that's man. I tell you, things never cease to amaze me in DC, yo.
Never, especially this team. Never.
And specifically with this football team that's changed his name, had 3 name changes over the last 3 years. But so real quick, next. So Daniel Snyder possibly has a smoking gun.
Drop it and drop it.
We'll leave it at that. But he quite possibly has a smoking gun. Next, things have been okay. So beginning of the year, I tried my best. Me and Byron put out a video before the season started about win loss, what games we might win, what games we could lose, and we got around 9, even on the optimistic side, 10 wins.
That was my assessment.
And then week 2 happened, and then it was all downhill ever since. Now the way things are going, this doesn't even look like a 6-win team.
No.
We got Ron Rivera out here. Caller went out low key, high key, because it was in front of folks.
Yep.
We got injuries. We got William Jackson, saying he went out. Who cares? You can go. We got the young brother Brian Robinson getting shot before the season started. It's like that's kind of like a prequel of how the season. Unfortunately, I hated it because I felt bad. I didn't want to say it, but I felt bad about that. So I was like, I'm glad he's okay, but I don't like how this season. I don't like the feels of the season. Like going into the season, I don't like it. And lo and behold, here it goes. 5 weeks into the hole, we're 1-4, and week 6 is just started, and I don't know the scores, but I saw they gave a touchdown to Justin Fields. So I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, 6-7 right now.
6-7. So they kicked another field goal. Okay. Isn't that great? We got offensive coordinators that are incompetent. We got defensive coordinators that's calling stuff a dust up before the season started, which was also goofy. It's just so much goofiness in the off season. It's like we don't have the capability to overcome things like this. So, in your opinion, Tristan, what is the current state of the Washington Commanders?
Oh man, I mean, utter disappointment, no identity. There's so many hyperboles I can give. Here's the thing: if there was a gimme game, and I know they play in the NFL, they like to say there's no such thing, but there is. If there was a gimme game that they could win, it'd be tonight, and they're down by 1 point. The schedule doesn't get better from here.
Nope.
At all. We're in year 3. What's this, year 3 of the Rivera era?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the comments that he made earlier this week in regards to Carson Wentz, he's since apologized and stuff, but I mean, was he really lying? Especially now with the report coming out that that Dan Snyder was 100% the reason that Carson Wentz is even here. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. So you have a coaching staff that didn't even want this guy. You got a head coach that didn't want this guy. And everything that we thought this team was supposed to be coming into the season, Curtis Samuel finally being healthy. We have a hammer and a running back in Brian Robinson. This is Antonio Gibson going into his 3rd year. The receiving core with Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Dami Brown, Jahan Dotson. So all the the defense was supposed to continue from what they were doing the second half of last season when they were finally, starting to make some noise. I mean, that was the goal. and it really has not been the case at all. After week one against the Jags, I mean, that seems like many moons ago. I think really the deflation came was in the Tennessee Titan game on Sunday, because we had a chance to win and we literally kicked ourselves um, from winning that game. And then, with Carson throwing that interception at the end, but even as the penalties, the coaching mistakes, as far as um, throwing the challenge flag when they did on Sunday. So we lost a timeout, which caused the panic at the end of the game.
Yep.
Uh, in the red zone, I was in Dallas. Shout out to my boy Steve for getting the tickets. I was in Dallas at Jerry World
Yep.
watching that game. I saw Carson Wentz miss throws, and when I mean miss throws, I don't mean like he threw and he missed. I mean he looked at it and didn't pull the trigger. I mean, if you have a guy that's thinking so hard like that at the quarterback position, second guessing his ability, what do you want him to do? The line, you let Eric Flowers walk off, who damn near could have been the offensive player of the comeback player of the year or most improved player,
Yep.
like that last season. You let him walk. You had let Brandon Sheriff walk, and now the offensive line is like paper mache. I think we're third in the league for sacks allowed. It's not good. It's not good. Ron looks like he's slowly losing the team.
Yep.
Uh, you came in here, you gave Ron the autonomy of being in charge of player personnel and as head coach. So all of this really ultimately falls on Ron. I know we want to blame Carson for how he's playing, but it all falls on Ron because Ron was given the autonomy to choose these players, choose the coaching staff, to allow the scheme. Jack Del Rio playing soft zone coverage. I don't really blame William Jackson for feeling how he feels and wanting to get out because William Jackson is a man-to-man corner. You're asking him to play zone. You're asking him to play out of an element that he doesn't play in. At this point, I mean, at the end of the year, I'd be okay. And I know you have the next question that would kind of lead into that, but I'd honestly be okay with an overhaul. I know, and I know we hate to see it because we did it 3 years ago, but when you watch this team, like Carson he's not it. You can
No.
let him
No.
go. We don't have any guarantees on him, so he can literally walk. We can release him at the end of the year, and it wouldn't hurt us. I mean, it just it's not a good look right now. If you're a fan, you're discouraged because it's like they changed the name, changed the uniforms, but it's the same
Same.
foolishness.
I don't care how you dress the pig up.
Still a pig.
It's gonna oink.
Going oink.
That's I think that is the best way to describe this team is the dressing. We dressing up. That's all we are doing. We're dressing up garbage. We're dressing up the pig. We're dressing up, and that's not even no disrespect to the Hogs. You know what I'm saying? Because once upon a time, Washington was great,
Right.
but these are pigs, man.
Yeah.
These ain't hogs. These is pigs. It's a difference. And but one difference I haven't seen is the gameplay. It's continued incompetency. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's going on. And unfortunately, when it looks like we're going in the right direction for the front office, we have we got a brother as a GM and brother as a president. And it's like, then we got, minorities head coaches like, oh, snap. It looks like we're moving in a positive direction. Dan Snyder is away because he has his own things to deal with. So Ron Rivera doesn't have to feel a way about the rhino breathing down his neck or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, to some degree, we want to be patient and allow this whatever process to work. Not saying we're the 76ers or nothing like that, but we have to start somewhere. And I think the worst thing that could have happened to, and I just thought of one just now, and I'm gonna go to it.
Go ahead.
Ron Rivera, I think the worst thing that could have happened was that we won the division that first year.
Yeah.
I think that was the worst thing that could have happened because we don't usually go down. Well, I don't know many people, but you don't go down to expectations. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be all up from here. you win a division, you're not thinking, all right, we gonna be competing for last next year. You compete for a division, like you got a first place schedule now. And it's just like we just haven't been able to catch that what seems like lightning in the bottle again.
Yeah.
And it's just incompetency all over the place. Ron Rivera is out here grabbing old. He told us he wants to go younger. So why are you getting two 30-year-old guards? And Norman, what's his name? Norman Powell, what's his name? God awful. What?
God, I don't
He
even.
got benched. He got benched. He got benched. It don't even matter.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and the other guy is still in because we don't have depth.
Nope.
But these are your Carolina guys.
These
Scott
Carolina.
Turner. These are your Carolina guys, and I feel like Ron Rivera is the old guy that's stuck in his ways, and I don't see growth in this organization if he continues to be at the helm. I think we need some fresh blood, innovative mind. Probably an offensive minded head coach is probably the better way to go at this point. And I mean, Ron Rivera was talking about getting younger. I feel like we need to get younger at head coach.
Yep.
So is Ron Rivera? What is the temperature of Ron Rivera's seat?
We'll know after tonight's game.
Listen, I said last week.
We'll know after.
I said last week. In order for eyes to catch it, it has to get ugly. It has to get real bad. You know how the world works. We love drama. What was the first thing we said when we get on here? Drop the nukes. First thing we say, drop the nukes because we want to see it.
Yeah.
It's going to be ugly and we want to see it. Lose tonight.
I really think if they somehow lose tonight and they just scored, so we're up now. Brian Robinson scored a rushing touchdown, but only because there was a muffed punt by the Bears, and it was in our territory. Like the Bears returner muffed the punt at like the 15-yard line on our side, so that's how we were that close to be able to score. But we scored nonetheless.
I guess. Let me find out. They're trying to capitalize. They actually capitalized on.
And instead of taking the points, they're going for 2.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. We like that because that's worked out so well this year.
Yeah, well, y'all getting a live play-by-play from me right now. Let's see, floater, and of course not. So we're only up by 5. Boy, I tell you,
Oh man, that's funny. We couldn't have got this any other way.
with over 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you could have gone by 1.
Listen, man, what's the deal? What's the deal with these going for 2, man?
Coaching, man. You're 7 minutes and 21 seconds in the fourth quarter. You're playing against the Browns. Your defense is doing pretty well. Take the extra point, be up by 6. Regardless, they have to score in order to get ahead of you. And based on how this game's been shaping out, they're not going to. So you could have just went for the extra point. Take the points. Been saying it for the past 2 weeks because we watching all these coaches doing all this. Go for 2 minutes. Take the points. Very simple.
I think coaches are of the mindset that I can defy the odds or defy the statistics.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could be the man. I think coaches are trying to be stars.
They are, of course.
I think they're trying to be rock stars. They're trying to be superstars to the caliber of their players instead of just doing their job.
We don't have Lamar Jackson on our roster.
No.
John Harbaugh asked Lamar Jackson, do you want to go for it? It's because he knows he's got a player that can get it for him maybe 8-9 times out of 10.
That's exactly. And you feel good no matter what happened. You like, I still do it.
There's only a handful of quarterbacks in the league where you can be like, man, you want to go for this or not? And if they say yes, you be like, all right, let's do it. Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady. That's it. Ain't nobody else got that. It used to be Russell, but the way he been playing this season, it ain't Russell no more.
Ooh.
Those are it. Those are the players. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady. Those are the only quarterbacks in the league where you look at them and say, it could be 4th and 5. You be like, you want to go for it? Yeah. All right, let's do it. Because you know that they're more than likely they're going to convert it. That's it.
And they're going to make the smart decision to do so.
Exactly.
And, you know.
But with Ron is probably going to get fired depending on how the season turns out. They're not going to fire him mid-season, especially with Daniel Snyder, because you don't want Snyder to be a part of a. If you're planning to have him gone, you don't want Snyder to be a part of the plan of the next head coach. So,
right,
you're going to wait to the end of the season to see what happens. But I think depending on how the season goes, there's no sign of life, there's no sign of improvement or chances, then Ron's gone after the season's over.
Man, like I was saying a couple of days ago, when I believe I posted something on Facebook, and you commented, I was like, man, the way Ron, if all things were competent, Ron Rivera would probably be out the door next after Matt Rule.
Oh, for sure.
If we had a regular owner and not all this extraness going on with the football team, with this team that plays in Washington.
Oh, absolutely.
He'd probably be the seat would be red hot right now, because we can't go into Chicago and lose this game.
It's between him and Cliff Kingsbury.
I was just about to say, boy, Cliff Kingsbury is next. If we're going to rank who's potentially next, yeah, because Cliff Kingsbury has been underachieving, to say the least.
Yep.
But unfortunately, so is Ron Rivera. But my thing is, it just takes so long for adjustments to happen. It takes entirely too long for you to adjust. Like, why we think this has not been working since the first quarter. Why at the end of the third quarter we're switching it up? We're down 24 now.
Yes.
We're down 17 now.
Yes.
Like, I see it every week. We out here losing to the Cowboys with Cooper Rush, who's apparently, according to the history books and the Cowboys quarterbacks, he's the only one that has started undefeated in the first 5 wins. It's absurd. But finds a way to still beat them goddamn Commanders. My heavens. My heavens. My heavens. So what? All right. Last thing, man. Then we get up out of here, man.
Sure, man.
What's next? Like,
CJ Stroud, baby.
Was that
CJ Stroud or Bryce Young?
Man,
we
need number one. We need number one for that.
For number one, we're gonna be in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, we're 2 right now, ain't we? Oh, 1, because Bears got more wins than us. I think only the Panthers and the Texans and us. I think it's the top 3. I think.
Yep. And so out of that set, who needs a quarterback? Just the Panthers and us. So yeah, we go.
Yeah, I think this experiment with Carson Wentz probably it. And you were saying earlier that my man at work.
Hey, I tell you, I'll be working.
Got you.
This Carson Wentz experience is probably going to be a wash. Like I said, we ain't got no guarantees on him, so we can release him. We can let him go.
Yeah, for sure. And you were saying this was Daniel Snyder's doing.
Yep.
Ain't that fitting? Ain't that just fitting? All right, Mel.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, goddamn. Well,
it's. I'm looking at a top 5 pick, quarterback position, and And if we're not in the top 5, or we're not in position to grab a QB, then we need to get
Okay, copy that.
what do we need?
Linebacker.
Lineman.
Linebacker.
If we're not in the top 5, it can't be a linebacker. We can't. The way the offensive line looks, we have to get offensive linemen.
But if we're picking that high, they might just go best play available.
That's true. I mean, we got to see how the draft shakes out.
Absolutely.
My thing would be to go for quarterback, offensive line. That's my first 2 priorities.
Yeah, word. Absolutely.
Back offensive line.
Are you able to see it now, Llewellyn?
Yeah, because the best ones have those positions locked up.
Yep. It's got to be one of those guys. It's got to be one of those. So, like I said, I'm paying attention to the quarterbacks. This is supposed to be a decent quarterback class coming out. I'm paying attention to them, to see who's who. I'm going to look up who's offensive line. So we could probably do another show down the line, and I can give you some names to look out for the draft, for the possibility of the Commanders coming in. I know I said I was going to have you on my show week, to talk about the league in general. So, yeah.
Well, brother, I can't believe it's crazy how we talk. It felt like it ain't been that long, but it's been a half an hour.
Hey.
So Tristan, before you get up out of here, Tris TV, please plug your show, plug all that good stuff, and let me know when folks will get on, man.
Oh, for sure. Well, first of all, I want to give a special shout out to my girl Mikel Ramos, doing her thing at ESPN.
For sure.
Shout outs to her. So Rolling with Ramos is on pause for right now. It is not dead. It's just on pause. We're letting Mikel get herself settled in up there in Connecticut and with ESPN. She's doing amazing right now. She's doing great. So I wanted to make sure I gave her flowers. She's definitely earned it. She's worked hard. As far as my show, Just a Fan podcast, on Tuesdays at 9:00 Eastern. We're live on Facebook, we're live on Twitter, we're live on YouTube. You can always catch the playback of the episode. If you don't catch it Tuesday nights, you can always catch the playback of the episode on the next day, Wednesday. We're on all podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, we are there. Just a fan podcast. Just a fan podcast. It's all NFL, all college football.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And of course, don't forget, check out the Flex Zone Monday nights, 10 p.m. Somewhere between 10 and 10:15. I ain't gonna hold you. We get it in somewhere around that time. Follow the Flex Zone podcast. The Flex Zone on all social medias. Flex Zone 1 on Twitter. The Flex Zone on Facebook, and of course the Flex Zone podcast on YouTube. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that bell to get notifications when we do more content. Because Tristan, we're doing content throughout the week now, man.
Yeah, I mean, we got to, the way this is going. You gotta stay up to date.
It's up, man. It's up, man. We know how fast the media world is. If we don't get it when we get it, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? But Tristan, thank you again, my good brother. We will do some more work, some more collabs at a later time. And I know we kind of late. You're a dad, so it'd probably be a little difficult to get you on the show. But for sure, I got you when we doing this, man. Because you're the only one that understands.
Listen. Just holler if y'all let me know ahead of time. I could make it work. My wife is amazing. So as long as she knows ahead of time, she adjusts for me. She's amazing. Shout outs to my girls, because I know they're probably asleep right now, and Daddy's out here working. So
that's word. I love it. Love to hear it. Congrats on everything. Send my love to the ladies, the young ladies, and send my love to the family. And thank you. Till next time, good people. Another Commander Report. I don't know what the next one gonna be. Don't beat me up about it. I don't know what the next one gonna be, because it takes a lot to get me up to do something like this. Something happened.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy, man.
We want to do things, okay?
And folks be asking for it. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know next time I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna try to bring Tristan along with me because I need somebody to bounce stuff off of, man.
Hey, I'm here. We got to support each other. We got to have a support group. Have a support group. Hi, my name is Tristan. I am a Commanders fan.
Hi, Tristan.
There you go.
I've been a Commander fan for X amount of years.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
He just group sigh.
Yeah.
But Tristan, again, love you, brother. Much success, and we will link up again. And bro, have a good night, man. And to the people, look out for more content from the Flex Zone throughout the week. Appreciate you guys. We out. Peace.